So we'll sit this morning. I'll offer you this morning a guided meditation on metta. And the idea is to connect to whatever way you can to the notion of goodwill. It could be that it's simply the intention, the aspiration, the well-wishing that you can formulate. It could be a feeling of warmth or appreciation or love that radiates from you outwards. I'll offer you a simple use of the imagination to evoke it a little bit more. But to begin, it's also helpful to use the mindfulness practice to drop in deeply into your body and for a few moments, to hold the breathing. Hold is maybe not the right word, to receive the breathing with care, as if the rest of your body was receiving with love, with kindness, with support, receiving in a field of safety and goodwill and warmth and kindness, receiving the sensations of breathing. So we'll start there, and then we'll do an active imagination, and we'll kind of continue with the simple phrases of loving kindness. So to take a meditation posture and to sit in a way that feels upright and open. The idea is to assume a posture of a little bit of embodiment, of presence, as if the posture itself expresses the confidence that you're really here, confidently here at this time, at this moment. And to gently close your eyes. And then as you exhale, relax and soften the whole body. As you exhale, softening around the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders. As you exhale, a rather unambitious relaxation of the belly, not trying too hard. And perhaps there's some softening in the face, in the eyes, in the jaws. Sometimes the face carries with it our attitude and our drive to think and to want or to defend. And to let the face take some rest. Nothing needs to be expressed through the face right now. And ever so gently, allowing the exhale to relax. Meaning maybe allow the exhale to be a fuller release near the end of the exhale. It doesn't have to be much, just a fraction. And maybe there's a fuller exhale. If gently you take a little bit deeper inhale, it doesn't have to be much. And with a deeper, fuller release in the exhale, see also if you can relax your thinking. Not necessarily letting go of your thoughts, but quieting your thinking. Relaxing the muscles associated with being in the control tower of thinking. Or for those that fear is an issue, relaxing the watchtower of thinking. And then as if the whole body maybe is a cozy, warm, easy chair, or a cozy, warm, safe cabin in the midst of this cold weather outside. And in your easy chair, resting back, or in your cabin of your body, let the body receive the changing sensations of breathing. Maybe as if there's care or kindness that envelops the particular sensations of inhale as inhale begins, and exhale. Perhaps an inner softness, gentleness that surrounds the sensations of breathing, that receives them, holds them. No matter how the breathing is, comfortable or uncomfortable, there's a wider field of the body that is able to receive and hold softly, accept, allow, and maybe even have a quality of love and compassion for the breathing itself. And then within your body, see if it's accessible. See if there's a place that you associate with warmth and goodwill, kindness, maybe a tenderness, a softness within. And perhaps the breathing can move through that tenderness or wash across it. And from a tender place within, bring to mind, using your imagination, some person that's easy for you to have goodwill. Someone you respect, someone you care for and love or appreciate deeply. Doesn't have to be someone you might most obviously love. It could be someone that you very much appreciate, and it's easy to have a kind regard for them. And bring to mind, maybe this person, maybe imagining when there's a smile on their face or they look happy. They have the potential for happiness and well-being. And then keeping this image or keeping the idea of this person in mind, maybe with the breathing from your tender place, breathing towards the person, back and forth. You can repeat these phrases that I say. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free. And we'll do it again, and the last word of each sentence, let that, say it during the exhale, as if you're dropping a pebble in a pond, dropping this word into the core of your being, and letting it reverberate outwards. So the warmth, the glow, the goodness that it evokes, it goes in the direction of the person that you're having your goodwill. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free. feeling your body, feeling whatever softness and tenderness there is within that can be receptive and open with tender care, tender appreciation, goodwill. And as we do this practice, have a very low bar for perfection. That whatever way you're doing it, can do it, is perfect. Feeling your body, maybe again the sensations of breathing received in a soft, caring field within the body. Relaxing on the exhale. Quieting the mind on the exhale. And now bring to mind yourself. Maybe at a time in your life when you were happy, when you had a smile on your face, or a sparkle in your eye, or an ease in your being, appreciating your potential for well-being. And now you can say these phrases, keeping yourself in mind, wishing yourself well, seeing whatever goodwill you can have for yourself. So you can repeat, may I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be free. Sometimes if you hear secondhand that some person has goodwill for you, appreciation for you, it can feel very nice to feel this, to know that there's someone out there who thinks well of you. In the way that you might appreciate that, see if you can allow yourself to appreciate whatever goodwill you have for yourself. And saying these phrases again, with the last word being dropped in to the core of your being, and letting the associations, the feelings associated with these words reverberate within. May I be happy. May I May I be safe. May I be free. And to whatever degree you might feel or a sense of goodwill, well-wishing, tender kindness, warmth for your friend, the person you appreciate, or for yourself. Breathe with that, appreciate that, however small it might be, in whatever way it's accessible for you, in the body, in the heart, in the mind, in your thinking or your feeling. And then to open up to open up this goodwill as if you're turning on a light bulb or opening all the windows in your home, and have it now spread out to wish goodwill to all beings everywhere. No limitations, no barriers, just an open, broad spectrums, broad feeling, sense, thought of goodwill for all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free. And then imagining that first hand or second hand or third hand, that your goodwill becomes known by everyone in the world. So many people out there who could use support, kindness, goodwill, and how encouraging it would be for them to know that they are not forgotten. And as if your goodwill actually reaches them, just a knowledge that you have goodwill. And repeat these phrases again. And as you say the last words, let your mind become quiet, really still, as if in the silence of the mind, the word can radiate outwards that quality and touch the hearts of all beings. May all beings be happy. be safe. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be free. And as we come to the end of this sitting, may it be that all beings can experience your goodwill and kindness, your love and care, while at the same time you make yourself safe for them. You help them be free from you, that your love and care has no strings, no requirements, nothing sticky. May it be that you are a safe person who gives everyone their freedom. Freedom from you. And maybe they will give freedom to you. And you can meet together in freedom. One of the cleanest and clearest ways for people to love each other in the medium of their freedom. Thank you. So then we come now to the last talk of metta, the Brahmavihara of metta. And when this Brahmavihara becomes strong, when this metta becomes strong, it's said to be immeasurable or without boundaries, limitless, spreading out in all directions. And so we find in the teachings of the Buddha that it seems the Buddha held loving kindness up as a very important way to live a person's life, that it's a reference point or it's a teacher for us to be kind or have goodwill in our speech, to have it in our actions to other people. If we have to have difficult words with someone, that Buddha said, first make sure that you have goodwill in yourself. Prepare yourself for that and have goodwill for the conversation. And if there's no goodwill, then that becomes your teacher. That becomes the material for mindfulness and really see what's going on there. Chances are, if there's no goodwill, that you're not really granting other people their freedom, giving them their freedom. And I like to think that the freedom that Buddhism is championing, the liberation that Buddhism is about, is less your liberation, that you become liberated, and more that you give liberation to all things, that all things now become free of you. And so freedom, so goodwill, cultivating goodwill is very helpful. It's healing, it's developing, it's a wonderful way to develop a kind of a non-striving, non-conceited approach to doing mindfulness practice, to meditation, to develop concentration and mindfulness in a field of goodwill, and have that as a background. And as marvelous as goodwill is, as strong as it become, it is also associated with the Buddhist path of liberation. And a variety of steps along the way, as the metta practice deepens, that liberation is part of it. The first that emphasized by the Buddha was that when one's goodwill is strong, one is liberated from ill will. When goodwill is strong, there's no ill will, so no hostility. And the Buddha actually says it's not possible to have any ill will, aversion, hostility, if there is metta. So to cultivate and develop metta, to get a hang of it and understand it and have it accessible, helps us to be free of ill will. And this idea of making it accessible, being familiar with it, developing a habit, almost a habit, or practicing it, developing it, thinking about it, so that when you need it, it's available. You know how to find it in yourself or to evoke it in a genuine way, in a way that's really has integrity to it, not something that is kind of just a surface coating of ourselves. And as metta meditation, if we do this as a meditation practice, as it deepens, then at some point, a person, like could do with any good meditation practice, eventually becomes liberated, freed from the hindrances. And this is really appreciated tremendously in the tradition, so much so it's called a kind of a preliminary liberation, to no longer be caught in the hindrances. And it means that when the mind is no longer under the sway of desires and aversions and sloth and torpor and restlessness, regrets and doubt, and to have the mind no longer under its sway, no longer under the power of those, is a phenomenally wonderful way of being. And it clears the heart, it clears the mind, and then loving kindness has a clear field to develop. And now it could develop much more uninterruptedly, and it can deepen and deepen. And as a meditation practice, it can become boundless, as I read yesterday, in all directions. And when the loving kindness becomes quite strong, becomes kind of all-pervading, or fills us, or this is not ultimate. This is not the end of the path in Buddhism. So it's important, if you want to do the Buddhist path to liberation, to not take experiences of boundless love, where some people have these wonderful feelings of love or goodwill or kindness that have no object but seems to radiate in all directions. It just seems like everything is touched, like Midas is touched. Everything is touched with our goodwill, our love, our kindness. And it's sometimes called In the tradition, it's called wet love and moist love. And then they have kind of, everything gets moistened by our goodwill and our kindness. But to go further, this loving kindness practice, when done well and strongly, can be a foundation for liberation itself. And so to not stop at there, but go further. There's a story in the ancient texts of a disciple of the Buddha Sariputta visiting a man who was dying, and taught him the practice of the Brahma Viharas, to practice these. And the man was able to practice them quite deeply and was able to die in this beautiful state of one of the Brahma Viharas, goodwill or compassion. And when the Buddha heard about this, he told Sariputta something like, paraphrase it, well, that was nice, but actually, why didn't you teach him liberation as well? Because that man was poised, ready to really set his mind free. And so it's possible to do loving kindness and then go one step further and really do the ultimate act of kindness for oneself or for the world. And that is to really let go and be liberated in a very deep way. And it's a letting go of every remnant, every trace, every foundation within us, of the forces within us that lead to suffering. So letting go of clinging makes room for love, more love. And the fundamental letting go, liberation is letting go of clinging. And without clinging, then what is there? What's available? What sensitivity is there? What receptivity? What feelings and connection do we have to the world? And so to use loving kindness as a basis for liberation, it requires a variety of insights. And one of the insights is when the mind is very, very still, abiding in love. Imagine that everything the mind feels and touches and experiences is touched with kind of love everywhere. It's kind of characterizes the mind. Very stable. But then to have an insight that this also is conditioned. This also is kind of a certain way constructed. Not to make it the absolute, like this is the nature of the universe, this is the nature of the cosmos, that everything is love. It can feel that way, but in the Buddhist meditation, we don't want to end there, but to see, this too, in some deep way, is a construct, is a movement of the mind, activity of the mind, to experience this, to have it this way. And seeing it as being a construct, and seeing it as being impermanent, seeing it as being inconstant, seeing that there is something beyond it or between it or underneath it that has vast space where the deep letting go of clinging can happen. And so, or to have, in doing that, to have some sense that there is something more, as profound and ultimate as great love can be. In deep meditation practice, very stable, there comes an intuition, a sense that there is something else. There is freedom. And that freedom, is not a thing. It's the absence of clinging. And to be there at this tremendously pleasant, enjoyable, safe, satisfying, healing place of love. And then to understand that, I can let go further. That whatever sense of self I have, who's the one who loves, that's not quite the end of the path. There's something beyond that sense if I just put that down and have no self-referencing. If I, last little kind of leaning into it and wanting it, letting go, there's something more beyond love. And in a certain way, even love drops away completely. The goodwill, this boundless field, drops away in liberation. And this place of radical non-clinging is one of the safest, most wonderful and peaceful places that a person can ever experience. It's the culmination of a wish to be free of suffering. And to know that freedom and to come back without clinging, then the goodwill we've been cultivating and developing, then that goodwill can feel connected to others, can feel open to others, can have love for others, compassion and goodwill. And there's no need, no desire, no clinging to need to get something back from someone else, to rely on other people for our safety, our security, our status, our admiration, our sense of worth, our sense of satisfaction, our pleasure. That then the love, this beautiful thing, we can offer our love to the world, and the love is safe. People are free from us in our love. And this is a fantastic thing, to be able to love, and the love itself carries with it the gift of freedom, where everyone becomes free of us. So it's a deep interconnection without any need. And then people can be as they are, and if they become free, then, as I said earlier, one of the really wonderful things is when two free people meet in love, in goodwill and kindness. Neither one needing something from the other, but each one being able to delight and enjoy each other and their goodwill between them. So, thank you. That's our week on metta and loving kindness. And then on Monday, we'll begin with the next Brahmavihara, which is karuna, compassion. And I wish you all well, and may you spend this weekend maybe reflecting, thinking, talking about, and practicing with loving kindness and goodwill wherever you go. Thank you.